Number 10, we look up at the night sky and see a pristine, untouchable ceiling. We are horribly mistaken. According to NASA data, a star designated KIC 846285, located nearly 1,500 light years away, is flickering. Not by, a fraction of a percent, but suddenly plummeting by a massive 22%. Mainstream science tried to offer comforting lies, a swarm of comets or rogue interstellar dust. But the math simply does not align. To block that much stellar light, you would need an object or a machine spanning tens of millions of miles across. What we are likely observing is not a natural cosmic event, but an active Matryoshka brain, a primordial megastructure systematically dismantling neighboring planets, grinding down crusts and boiling off oceans to fuel its abyssal computational core. It isn't building a sanctuary. It is a slaughterhouse consuming a solar system. If such an entity expanded into our local neighborhood, do you really think it would see us as intelligent life? Or simply as a temporary cluster of biological raw material waiting to be harvested? Before we look deeper into the dark, you must accept a horrifying truth about your own existence. You walk out your front door, feel the sun on your skin, and believe that this stability is a permanent fixture of reality. You cling to the comforting illusion that the laws of physics were designed to nurture life. They were not. What you call the absolute laws of nature are merely localized, temporary weather conditions in a deeply chaotic and indifferent universe. To understand how precarious your life truly is, picture a standard, highly polished bowling ball. If the Earth were that bowling ball, our entire atmosphere, the only barrier keeping the freezing vacuum of space from suffocating you, is as thin as a layer of mist left by a single breath on its shiny surface. That is your entire world. A microscopic film of gas. It is a metastable illusion. A single, unseen cosmic sneeze could blow it away instantly, subjecting yourselves to the absolute zero of the void. We are not special. We are a temporary biological glitch clinging to a wet rock. We build monuments like the Empire State Building and carve out our little lives, completely blind to the true scale of the wasteland surrounding us. Which brings us to the ultimate monument of cosmic emptiness. Number 9. The Eridanus supervoid. The crowded starry sky you see at night is a lie. Our solar system just happens to be floating in a densely packed slum. The true nature of the cosmos is not light but a sterile abyssal emptiness. Astronomers have discovered a spherical region in the constellation Eridanus that shatters our understanding of the universe. It is a supervoid stretching an unfathomable 1 billion light years across. To put that into perspective, a beam of light traveling at nearly 186,000 miles per second would take 1 billion years just to cross this graveyard. Inside this colossal pocket of nothingness, thousands of galaxies that should exist are simply gone. Missing, it is an ocean of absolute terrifying isolation, of physical manifestation, of cosmic indifference. Imagine the pure existential dread if our Milky Way galaxy had formed in the dead center of the Eridanus supervoid. If we were trapped in the heart of that dark domain, the night sky would be completely devoid of neighboring galaxies. We would not have even known the rest of the universe existed until the invention of advanced telescopes in the 1960s. For the entirety of human history, through the rise and fall of every empire, we would have stared out into an endless, suffocating black wall. We would have believed with chilling certainty that we were completely alone in a dead cosmos. The universe is not a bustling neighborhood waiting to be explored. It is a terrifyingly empty tomb. The kicker is, if you think the void is merely empty and quiet, you are ignoring the violent engines lurking in the dark. Number 8. According to data captured by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope, astronomers detected FRB 202206110A. It is the most distant and violently energetic fast radio burst ever recorded. It did not emerge from a peaceful cosmic neighborhood. It erupted from a catastrophic gravitational slaughterhouse, A brutal environment where 7 entire galaxies are actively colliding and devouring each other. At the center of this annihilation is likely a glitching magnetar. This is a hyperdense stellar corpse possessing a magnetic field trillions of times stronger than Earth's. When the crust of this dead star fractured, it released the exact same amount of energy our sun produces in an entire year. But it did not take a year, it released all of it in a single millisecond. Imagine trying to force the entire volume of the Pacific Ocean through a standard plastic drinking straw in 1,000th of a second. The fabric of space itself is completely torn apart by the sheer violence. Now, apply this relentless mathematics to your fragile biological form. If a burst like this swept through our solar system, there would be no warning sirens. The radiation travels at the speed of light, an inescapable 299,792,458 meters per second. Human neural pathways are pathetic in comparison. It takes your brain approximately 13 milliseconds just to process a visual image. This burst lasts for 1 single millisecond. The intense radiation would trigger instant molecular disintegration, unzipping your DNA and vaporizing your cellular structure before your nervous system could even register the event. The pain signal would never reach your brain. You would not have time to scream or to realize your world was ending. You would simply be erased from reality, deleted from existence faster than you could blink. But the mystery deepens because the threat is actively passing through our walls. Number 7, we sleep soundly believing that our galactic neighborhood is a peaceful sanctuary. But we are completely blind to the violence lurking in our own backyard. Observations from the Rosetta telescope have confirmed the existence of colossal X-ray structures erupting from the very center of the Milky Way. These are the Fermi bubbles. They extend a staggering 45,000 light years across the galactic plane. This is the catastrophic remnant of a feeding frenzy by Sagittarius A star, our galaxy's central supermassive black hole. Millions of years ago, this Leviathan devoured a massive cloud of matter, triggering an explosion of unfathomable proportions. The shock front of this eruption is still expanding today, tearing through space at over 180 miles per second. The gas within it boils at an agonizing 18 million degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 million degrees Kelvin. To put this horror into human terms, imagine living in a house your entire life, only to discover that a thermonuclear bomb detonated in your basement millions of years ago. We are nothing but ignorant bacteria growing on the radioactive ash, completely unaware of the apocalypse beneath our feet. What is more disturbing is the anomalies are right on our doorstep. Number 6. In 2017, the illusion of our solar system's impenetrable border was shattered by an interstellar ghost known as Oumuamua. This was not a local asteroid. It was a completely alien object plunging through our cosmic neighborhood on a trajectory that proved it came from the deep, sterile void. But here is where the physics become utterly incoherent. As Oumuamua moved away from the sun, it accelerated. It gained a non-gravitational boost of 5 times 10 to the negative 6th power meters per second squared. In standard physics, comets accelerate because the sun heats their ice, creating a visible tail of outgassing exhaust, but Oumuamua had no tail. It had no exhaust, it had no visible mechanism to push it forward. It simply defied the local laws of reality. It arrived, behaved in a way that is scientifically impossible for a natural rock, and then vanished back into the abyssal dark before our telescopes could truly understand it. It proves that our solar system is a porous, fragile bubble. We are sitting ducks waiting in the dark while completely unknown, physics-breaking entities drift silently past our front door. But the silence they leave behind is far more terrifying. Number 5. In 1977, our radio telescopes caught a whisper from the abyss. Lasting exactly 72 seconds at 1,420 megahertz, the wow signal matched every single mathematical prediction of an extraterrestrial beacon. This frequency, known as the hydrogen line, is the fundamental broadcast channel of the cosmos. It was a deliberate, structured transmission aimed directly at our solar system. But the true horror is not the signal itself, it is the deafening silence that followed. For nearly 50 years, we have aimed our most powerful arrays at that exact patch of sky. We found absolutely nothing. Searching for life in the cosmos is like dropping a sewing needle into the Pacific Ocean, waiting 10 years, and hoping a fish accidentally swallows it when you pull the line up. But what if this silence is not a matter of probability, but a matter of survival? According to the Dark Force hypothesis, the universe is a predatory ecosystem. Advanced civilizations understand that any detected life is an immediate threat. Survival depends entirely on staying silent and striking first the moment a signal is intercepted. Whoever sent that 72-second transmission made a catastrophic mistake. They revealed their coordinates to the dark. The abrupt silence suggests they were located, targeted, and completely erased from existence. We did not intercept the greeting. We likely intercepted their final desperate breath before annihilation, and like naive children, we continue to scream our own location into that exact same graveyard. Number 4, if the cosmic silence does not unnerve you, the invisible cage surrounding us should. You look at the stars and believe you are observing the architecture of the universe. You are entirely blind. 85% of the mass holding our reality together is composed of dark matter. It is a phantom framework. The electromagnetic force, the very physics that bind your human DNA together and allow your eyes to process light, cannot touch or interact with it. It flows directly through your body every single second, completely undetectable. You are not a free pioneer exploring an open frontier. You are a fragile, microscopic organism living on a thin bubble of sea foam, completely oblivious to the massive, crushing ocean of invisible mass that surrounds and controls you. We are locked inside an inescapable cage governed by a sterile, indifferent universe that refuses to even let us see the bars. But the paradox of our helplessness goes even deeper. Number 3, everything you were taught about the universe relies on a single comforting assumption, the cosmological principle. It states that the universe has no center, no preferred direction, and that we are not in a special location. The cosmos is supposed to be indifferent and uniform, but the universe is lying to us. When astronomers mapped the cosmic microwave background, the oldest radiation in existence, dating back 13.8 billion years, they found an impossible geometric alignment. The largest temperature fluctuations in the primordial universe align perfectly with the orbital plane of our tiny, insignificant Earth. Scientists call it the axis of evil. It is a statistical impossibility. Light that began traveling billions of years before our sun even ignited is somehow structured around our local solar system. It suggests our entire cosmological model is fundamentally broken. Our physics might just be local variables in a metastable simulation, and we are trapped in a framework we do not possess the sensory organs to understand. Number 2, if the axis of evil proves our models are flawed, the cosmic wound lurking in the Eridanus constellation proves we are utterly helpless to fix them. This is the CMB cold spot, a region 1.8 billion light years across that is inexplicably freezing, violating every thermodynamic law of standard cosmology. But the anomaly itself is just a symptom of a much more lethal disease. The universe is being pulled apart by dark energy, and according to upcoming research for NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, this force might not be a static constant. It is mutating, it is actively changing over time. Humanity thought we could calculate the mechanics of this vacuum energy using quantum field theory. When theoretical physicists ran the math, the result they got was wrong by a factor of 10 to the 120th power. That is a 1 followed by 120 zeros. It is officially the single worst mathematical prediction in the entire history of human intelligence. We do not just misunderstand the universe. Our most advanced science is blind to 68% of its actual mechanism. This is the ultimate paradox of helplessness. You cannot build a machine to fight the expansion of nothingness. Dark energy is an invisible leviathan that will eventually strangle the gravitational bonds of every galaxy, every star system, and every planet. We are strapped to a runaway train, speeding toward a cliff in the dark. And our best scientists cannot even calculate the speed of the engine. Number one, you might still harbor a desperate hope that humanity will conquer the stars, that our legacy will survive long after the Earth is gone. But the mathematics of dark energy guarantee our absolute annihilation. The expansion of the cosmos is not just pushing distant galaxies away from us, it is an actively accelerating wedge that will eventually overpower the fundamental forces of nature. In the unimaginably distant future, this phantom force will tear the Milky Way to shreds. Then it will dismantle our solar system, ripping the frozen husk of our planet away from a dying sun. Finally, in a catastrophic event known as the Big Rip, the expansion of space will become so violent that it will physically crumble the molecular bonds of matter. It will tear apart the very atoms that once made up your DNA. Everything you are and everything humanity has ever built will be violently erased. We are accelerating toward the heat death. The last stars will flicker out in 100 trillion years, and the final supermassive black holes will evaporate into nothingness in 10 to the 100th power years. The universe is not a cradle designed to nurture biology. It is a gargantuan, sterile incinerator that has simply forgotten to turn itself off. All of our history, our wars, and our monuments are completely meaningless against the crushing weight of infinite entropy. Silence is the only answer the universe gives. We are not special. We are a statistical anomaly in a cold graveyard. Thank you for watching and sticking till the end. We've got plenty more videos coming in the future. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss them. See you in the next one.